In this tutorial, we'll take a look at configuring fields on your MegaEdit canvas to fit the bleed, page, or any margins that you have specified. This functionality is particularly useful as these relationships will be maintained when the canvas is changed, including an aspect ratio change. So I've got an example product here. I'm going to begin by adding and configuring a field on this canvas. Okay, so in my example, I've created a text field with a defined background color just to make it clear how much of the canvas the field is covering. So next we'll click on the Custom tab to access the Form Builder functionality. We'll assign the field a name and a type as we have previously covered with the text field using the Form Builder. Okay, so you'll see I'm in the advanced settings for this particular field. And in order to activate these fit to bits of functionality, we need to add an associated field tag. Now this is done at the bottom of the screen here. We've covered quite a lot of what's available in here already. What we're looking at in this particular tutorial is one of these options here. If I just try a few of these just to show you what they do, we have fit to bleed. If I click the plus icon, that will resize the field so that it does constantly fit the bleed, regardless of the shape and size of the canvas. I take that tag off and try fit to page. You see that's now fitting to our page outline and is ignoring the bleed. And then we also have fit to margin. Now this depends on you having specified margins in your MegaEdit product's output type specification. You can see I've got a sample margin, which is displayed here in the green. If I add that, you see it snaps to my margin. In addition to these options, we have this show border controls. So this gives us the ability to apply borders to any of those three field tags. This means, for example, we could apply a 10mm border on the left side, meaning regardless of the canvas size, the field always sits 10mm from the specified field tag. So if we have show border controls specified for this particular field, you'll notice that on the right-hand side, we have these border options. Now, initially, these will be locked. So changing just one of these entries will give you a matching value for all of them. And these relate to left, right, top, and bottom. You see there, I put 10. That now means it's 10mm from each of these. Now, do bear in mind that the default metric is millimeters. However, you can change this to inches within the script config if it's required. We also have the ability to apply different borders to each of these sides if necessary. So I can just go on the unlock icon, which is on the actual form itself. That gives me separate access to each of those sides. So for example, if I set this to 0, you can see there's no longer a border on the right-hand side. So let's take a look at an example of a field with a fit to tag and then one without, and we'll see how they behave. So here I have a sized field, but it does not have any of these fit options specified. So you can see if I go to its settings on the form builder, it does not have any of the fit to tags specified. Alternatively, on my other page, on exactly the same size field, exactly the same position, if I go to this one, you'll see that this has a fit to bleed specified with a 10mm margin on every side. So now I'm just going to switch between canvases. So this will be a different aspect ratio and a different size. And we'll take a look at those two fields. If I now scroll between them, you can see that this fit to field maintains a static distance, a static border away from the fit to field that we specified. However, if I go to the non-fitted one, although it has changed the shape of the field, you can see that it's not a constant border around the edge anymore.